What is up, guys? James here from the LIGHTOFRYGA YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing the weekly reading for the week of November 1st through November 7th. Here we go. Of all the tarot readings I've ever done, I think this is probably the one I've been looking forward to the most, or maybe not looking forward to, but may have the most importance, okay? Because I don't know if you can feel it in the air, but we're headed towards some difficult energies, possibly. You know, I'm just really judging it by the mass media, right? You can tell what what the cabal, you can tell what the dark forces are planning if you pay attention to the mass media, right? And everything in the mass media right now is telling us that we're headed towards riots. They want riots. That's why you see all this these news stories. What would what to do in a potential riot, or what are the odds of rioting, or Walmart taking guns off their shelves, because they want us to be in a low vibrational state at this time, because we're at a crucial point in our evolution, I think. I'm not trying to place extreme importance on the elections of the United States. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that now is a time where we're making huge changes, and the election is just a reflection of that. Anyway, this is going to be an interesting reading, and I wanted to bring in, look, I got this little guy here. Look at this one. Oh, I know the lighting in here is bad, but this is like a pink Lemurian. It's kind of reddish. The lighting is really bad. Like, if I change the lighting, the color changes a little bit. I don't know, it's hard to tell. When it's out in the sun, it looks reddish, but oh man, look at this. I love it. We're headed towards the new Earth, and that's the reason why Lemurian crystals are here with us at this time. They're here to lead us towards New Earth. So I thought I'd share this Lemurian, this twin Lemurian. It'll be up in my shop probably by the time this video comes out. If it hasn't sold already, I expect people to like it. Look at that, beautiful. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to skip the singing bowls today because I want to get right into the reading and maybe pull an extra card at the end. So let's just skip the singing bowls for today. I'm sorry, but I want to get into this reading right away. So the first card we're going to look at is this one. Oh, by the way, I'm using Druidcraft because this is my go-to deck. This is my favorite deck. This is the deck I pull out when I need a straight answer, no beating around the bush. So I felt like we needed that today. So we got Druidcraft here. Anyway, this card represents the overall energies of this upcoming week. We got the Queen of Swords. Give me a moment to go into this card. Okay. Alright. I don't read tarot traditionally by the book. I read intuitively. And so this is not the traditional reading of the Queen of Swords. The feeling I'm getting from this card is of ego. Look at this queen. She thinks she's God's gift to the planet. Look at her. She thinks she knows everything. She thinks that her side is right, and whatever other side disagrees is wrong, or less intelligent, or morally inferior, right? This is all ego. There's going to be so much ego this week, is the feeling that I'm getting. And yikes, it's ugly. I don't like this. I don't like this card one bit, right? And you see this playing out in our politics, right? The people who support Biden think the Trump people are every single one of them are some way, and then the people who support Trump think the people that support Biden, every single one of them is in some way, right? I don't want to get into all that. Just as an example of the ego playing out this week, and so I think this is we're headed towards clashing egos. Basically, is what this looks like. This is going to play out on the world stage, on the national stage, but this may play out in your life as well, right? If the energy of this week is surrounding the ego, then you and I are susceptible to falling into those ego traps that we've worked so hard. I think all of us here have worked so hard to fall out of these ego traps, but it's going to be very easy to be sucked back in this week because of all the outside influence. So we'll see more about that as we look at the other two cards. But yeah, this is I'm getting the feeling of ego battles here. Not battles, but just like superiority. I mean, look how smug and stuck up she looks. That's kind of the message I'm getting. My way is right. You're an idiot if you disagree. Blah, blah, blah. We don't want that. Anyway, let's look at this card, which represents what to hold on to this week, what we can focus on, what we should be doing, possibly. And we've got the Three of Wands. And give me a moment with this card as well. I love the colors. Oh, the Druidcraft is the best. Give me a moment here. Interesting. I almost never say this, right? I always say live in the present moment. The present moment is the only thing that exists. But this card is telling us that this week is going to be very important, that we're actually more in the future. And I don't mean like dwelling on the future. I mean focus on manifesting the future that you want, right? While the rest of the world goes crazy because of their ego, I think this card is telling us that this week is going to be very important for us to make sure that we're manifesting the future that we want. If we get sucked into these ego drama battles, then we lower our vibration, we change our consciousness, and we start to emit a frequency that's of a lower vibration. Quite frankly, it's separation, right? It's like I'm right, you're wrong. If we're embodying that energy this week, we're going to create a future that has more of that. And we do not want that. We want a unity future, right? We want to move towards New Earth. That means bringing people together, not separating away from them. And so I think this card is suggesting that this week is going to be very important, that we're consciously manifesting the future that we want. So I'm not saying think about the future. I'm just saying, what energy are you putting out this week? And what kind of future is that energy going to create? Be very cognizant of that this week, because like I said, there's going to be outside forces trying to get you to manifest from a low vibrational frequency. The ego. Ugh, gross. Okay, so let's look at this card here, which represents what to let go of this upcoming week. What to avoid, what to not do. And we got the Princess of Pentacles. Interesting. One moment with this card, please. Okay, the message I'm getting is that this woman or girl, however you want to look at it, is obsessed with the physical. She's obsessed. She's focused on it. She's concentrated on the physical. She's concentrated on her bank account, on her home, on her property, on her vehicles, whatever she's focused on, food. And I think what this message is trying to tell us here, what this card is trying to tell us, is that let's not dwell on the physical this week, right? We're trying to create something that's non-physical. We're trying to create New Earth. And if you're worried about losing your house, right, that's a 3D attachment. That's something that's going to hold you back from this higher vibrational frequency. And just an example, right? If you're worried about your finances, right? If you're really thinking about your finances, and you're in a low vibrational state because of outside influences, then you're going to manifest things that are, poor finances. You're going to manifest poor finances. Okay. So I think what this card is saying is that we really need to be focused on the non-physical here. The physical is what we're trying to leave behind. And I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like this is a time where we're really going to be manifesting what's happening in the next few months, right? At this time, the energy is so intense right now that we're all consciously, as a collective, manifesting our future. And we always are, but I mean, really, this week we're all on the same page, right? We're all focused on this election, and so we're all going to be manifesting based on the outcome of this election. And it's all physical. We don't care about that. We want to be focused on the emotions, the intuition, right? The thoughts. That's kind of more of our what should be our focus this week. So, I mean, it was a weird message for this card, but I think what it's saying is that just kind of similar to last week, kind of just remove yourself from what's going on this week as much as you possibly can, and let's focus on what you're creating. Let's focus on what you want to manifest, right? Let's move away from the physical, right? We've been doing that for millennia, right? Just trying to get enough money to survive. This week, let's focus on what kind of future do you want? Do you want to live in a future where we have cash, money, right? These are questions to ask yourself. Do you want to live in a future where we have governments? Do you want to live in a future where your freedoms are restricted? I think those are all things to think about this week, and really envision the future that you truly want, not the future that you're used to or that you expect. Okay? Interesting reading. I did want to pull an oracle card, and I wanted to pull from the Earth Magic Oracle, because I haven't pulled from this deck in a while, and it always delivers such great messages. So I'm just going to ask it what overall message it has for us this week. What's the overall message for you this week? I felt like we needed just an extra little message here. All right, let's see what we got. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Unfoldment. Interesting. All right, give me a moment here. Oh, cool. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. Okay? Whatever is gonna happen this week was going to happen, right? So it makes no sense in worrying. It makes no sense in having an adverse reaction, right? Whatever happens this week, it was supposed to happen. It was always going to happen. It's unfolding before our eyes. If you treat the outside world more like a movie rather than reality, I think you're going to be so much better off this week, right? Treat it like a movie, and that you get to watch it. Right? You get to watch it unfold. And just like you wouldn't stand up in the middle of the theater and start screaming at the characters, right? You're not a part of this movie, okay? You're not a part of it. You don't want to get involved, because then the rest of the theater is going to yell at you, right? And then you're going to have a fight on your hands. And then you are part of the movie because the movie spilled out into the theater, right? It's a weird metaphor, a weird analogy. But what I'm trying to get at is just let the things play out. Let the world play out how it wants to play out this week, and just focus on you and what you're manifesting, what you're creating. That's going to be our job this week, is to counteract the negative manifestations that the world is putting out there this week. We got to counter. That's our job. Okay, we're going to counteract these negative manifestations with energies of light and love and hope and promise for the future. That's your job. That's my job. I'm going to do it. I hope you will do it too. So that's going to be the reading for this week. I want to thank you for watching, as always. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, as always. And your comments are just so appreciated. I really do appreciate your comments. So thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Have a great week, and happy taroting. Peace.